Today, I will tell you a wild HOA story that begins with a quiet neighborhood, a strict HOA, and a woman who believed she had more power than the law itself. Her name was Karen, and she claimed our community was a no-cop zone. What happened after that? Shocked everyone, including Memi. Name is Mark. And my wife and I bought a small home in Pine Creek. Estate's a peaceful community, with tall trees, friendly neighbors, and an HOA that sometimes took things too far, but even with strict rules, nothing prepared us for the chaos that Karen brought into our lives. Karen was the self-appointed queen of Pine Creek. She was not the HOA president, not even an elected officer. She was simply the loudest and most entitled person in the neighborhood. Everyone avoided her. Her favorite hobby was policing everyone else. Grass, 2 tall trash can, left out car parked 1 inch over the line. She would show up yelling at people, telling them she knows the rules better than anyone, but her problem was different. When it came to police, she hated them. She said they ruined the peace of the neighborhood. She said she knew the law better than they did. She told everyone Pine Creek was private property and police were not allowed. Nobody agreed, nobody listened. But she kept saying it. One day, everything exploded. It started when a new neighbor moved in, Officer Daniel Ramirez. A calm, respectful police officer with 10 years on the force. He bought a home with his wife and 2 kids. They were good people, friendly, helpful and quiet. No one had a problem with them except Karen. The moment she saw the police patrol SUV in his driveway, she marched across the street like a storm. She knocked on his door and yelled, "We do not allow police vehicles in this neighborhood. This is a no-cop zone. Take your government car and love officer." Ramirez thought she was joking. He smiled and said, "Ma'am, I live here. I park my vehicle at home, just like every other officer in the country. There is no rule that says I cannot." Karen snapped. She said the HOA gave her authority. She said she speaks for the community. She said the sight of a police car scares people. He calmly told her, "Ma'am, unless you are the HOA board president, or unless there is an official rule in writing, will continue to park my vehicle in my own driveway," and stormed off. That was the beginning of the war for the next 2 weeks. She sent fake violation notices. She harassed his kids. She filmed the patrol vehicle every morning. She even stood in her yard yelling "No cop zone." Every time he drove by, the neighborhood was divided. Some people ignored her, some were scared of her, but most of us supported Officer Ramirez. But Karen was obsessed. She wanted him gone, and she was about to take things away. 2 Ferrone, Saturday morning. I woke up to loud metal banging. I ran outside. What I saw made my jaw drop. Karen holding a metal garden stake, screaming at the top of her lungs, smashing the police patrol SUV parked in Officer Ramirez's driveway. She hit the headlights. She smashed the windshield. She ripped off the side mirror and threw it onto the ground. She kicked the doors again and again, all while yelling, "This is private property. This is a no-cop zone. You are not welcome." Here I grabbed my phone and recorded everything. Other neighbors came outside. Everyone was stunned. Officer Ramirez ran out of his house, shocked and furious. His patrol SUV was badly damaged, thousands of dollars of damage. He yelled, "What are you doing? You cannot destroy government property." Karen screamed back, "I can do whatever I want. This is my neighborhood. I am enforcing the rules." She believed she had authority, but she had just committed a serious crime. Destruction of government property is a federal level offense. It is not something you walk away from with a warning. When Officer Ramirez said he was calling the police, Karen laughed. She yelled, "They cannot come here. This is a no-cop zone. You will see." She truly believed it, but within minutes multiple patrol cars arrived. Karen froze. Her face turned pale. She yelled at the officers, "You are trespassing. You cannot be here. I am reporting all of you, officer." Ramirez calmly handed them my video, and the video from his doorbell camera, clear evidence. The officers informed her of the charges: destruction of government property, vandalism, harassment. threatening a law enforcement officer. Each charge was serious. Together they could ruin her completely. Karen tried to argue, tried to scream, tried to tell them she was in charge of the HOA. But the officers did not listen. They handcuffed her on the spot though. Entire neighborhood watched her scream as they put her in the back of a patrol vehicle. Even then she yelled, "This is a no-cop zone. You all will be sorry." But no one was sorry. After Karen was taken away, the HOA board met for an emergency meeting. Turns out she had never been on any committee. She had no power. She had been lying for years. Pretending she had authority, the board removed her access to meetings, blocked her from sending emails, and issued a lifetime ban from approaching any residents with fake rules. But the real consequences came from the court. Karen was charged with felony destruction of government property, which carries heavy fines and possible jail time. The police department filed a civil lawsuit to recover the cost of the damages. The HOA filed a restraining order, and Officer Ramirez filed a personal harassment complaint. Altogether, Karen was ruined. She had to pay tens of thousands in damages. Her reputation was destroyed. Her family was embarrassed. And she eventually moved out of Pine Creek Estates. The neighborhood finally felt peaceful again after everything happened. Officer Ramirez thanked me and the other neighbors for standing with him. He said, "I never wanted trouble. I only wanted to live here quietly with my family." But sometimes people believe they have authority that they simply do not have. Karen learned that the hard way. Authority does not come from yelling. It comes from responsibility and respect. That is the story of how a woman who declared our neighborhood a no-cop zone ended up destroying a police patrol vehicle and ruining her own life in the process. Pine Creek Estates is peaceful once again. No fake rules, no self-appointed HOA queen, just a community that finally learned a hard lesson. When you challenge the law, you better be right. Karen never was.